10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good golly, Miss Molly. I think we survived
for now.
Copyright blocking for now.
Yay!
Good old YouTube right out of the gate. Let's mess with everyone's fun and start putting out the warnings. But we all know that if this stream gets shredded, at least the Rumble one will remain unique and untouched.
That's
because
right.
we are over in Rumble too. But thank you for being here on YouTube, everybody. And if you're watching over there, thank you for being there too. So welcome to another uproarious episode of Cult Comedy Crew, the show where we dive deep into the wacky world of cult comedy classics. There's too many C's in that sentence. I am your host, Navin R. Johnson. Sorry, Iron Balls McGinty. And today we're taking a trip down memory lane to the hilariously absurd universe of 1979's The Jerk, directed by the brilliant Carl, father of Meathead Reiner, and starring the incomparable Steve Martin. Its film's a testaments to the brilliance of those gentlemen. From its opening line, I was born a poor black child.
Yes.
To its riotous escapades and unforgettable characters, The Jerk's going to take us on a wild journey with Navin R. Johnson, a man blissfully ignorant to the ways of the world.
Yes.
As he stumbles through life and all sorts of shit happens. So let's cue the laughs as in this great movie, which I've really wanted to talk about for a long time.
This is what would happen if Forrest Gump wasn't as successful as he was. This is what would have happened.
That's right. I got David Martin saying, did he say memory lane? Maybe I did. Steve, yeah, so thank you, everyone. It's in the chat already on YouTube. It might even be going live on Twitter. I set it up, whether it works or not, I have no idea. So welcome, everyone that's out there already watching. It's so good to see you all here. I'm just going to go through a few names because and you guys, looking forward to hearing your chats on this movie and your favorite bits and quotes, because there's a lot of quotable stuff in this. So FKHC 2005, yes, I was born a poor. It was more of a blue child in Scotland. It's so cold. It was more a blue child. Courtney, who will be here with us soon. We were both born that way. Yes. And again, 2 weeks later, as Monty Python said.
Right. We are alive on X. Yes.
All right, cool. Mm-hmm. I should check on it more often because people might be commenting. I don't know. Devil Flyer is here. Good to see you. Who else do we have on this wonderful day? Lots of FKC is very active. Good to see that. We know D-Bud Martin is here. Marencho Varenches. David Glenn
on Rumble.
Yeah, great. David, yeah. See you over there, D-Bud. The great David Glenn is here. Good to see you, David. 11 Alpha, who's unfortunately going to have to drop out, even though it's one of his favorite movies, but have a good sleep, mate. The wonderful Christian Delorme, our friend and fellow streamer. Good to see you, buddy. Bonne année, joyeux Noël to you. Wait a minute, it's a bit late for that. T-Bud's here. Oh, many people. It's RG Godzilla, Henry Gambles. Lots of great people, and we'll try and catch up with you all as we go. The wonderful Davina Duckworth, of course. Scarface is funnier than I remembered. Random, but still good. So little Chad is here. Chad, you're welcome to join the show. I need to get the link to you. Do you want to join? Let me know. If I didn't get the link to you already, although I did put it in the DM group for last night's Nick show, so hopefully you could get that from there. If you wish to join, of course. Thank you, Henry Gamble. Steve Martin is just brilliant. But
yes, he is.
Check this movie out. It's a belter, as they say. Yeah, so The Jerk, I have a few. We like to start off with some stats and stuff, because that's just the kind of people we are. So the basic on The Jerk, released December 14th, 1979. And an incredible success, a budget of $4 million, mainly raised by Steve Martin himself through productions, as Paramount didn't want to put the money up, and it ended up being distributed by Universal. A worldwide box office of $100 million and possibly more.
In 1979, that was huge.
That is an enormous return. Huge success. Produced by Steve Martin's own company, Aspen Film Society. Starring and co-written by Steve Martin. Directed by Carl Reiner. Often turns up on the lists of funniest movies of all time. Not necessarily number one, but it's always on there. And there'll be lots of trivia about this movie as we go through it, but a Bill Murray cameo was cut from this.
Really?
Because there is no direct Saturday Night Live involvement in this movie from any of those people. And they cut that cameo. And as Bill Murray did a review of it on Saturday Night Live, he says, this movie is missing something. It could have been great.
Well, Steve was he was a stand-up comic who showed up occasionally on Saturday Night Live. He wasn't a regular.
No, he wasn't. He only did 25 shows, 16 of which were guest hosting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he was really more of a special guest.
He started off as a club comic, and oh my God, he was funny.
And he'd started off quite a bit before some of these guys. He's almost a link in between the old style comedians and the new wave that was the Saturday Night Live crew.
The arrow through the head was his first bit that people remembered him for. The arrow through the head thing. He always had props and stuff. Yep.
Yeah. So I should say, welcome, Joe, my good friend Joe. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. Always.
I believe you just had a milestone, or is it a millstone on the channel?
That's not a millstone. Those aren't millstones. They're milestones because you earn them. 400. I made it to 400. That was pretty cool. Actually, I had the celebration Saturday, but it actually happened a couple of weeks ago. I was a little bit late doing the stream.
Yeah. So
400. We had a ball. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So 400 there.
The only millstone you need to worry about is me.
No, not at all.
You're not a millstone. What are you talking about?
You'd be a hard, granity, hard rock millstone.
There you go.
If you were. You'd be made of granite. And how are you, Imp, my friend?
Doing all right.
I'm glad you're here. Good to see you.
Yes, I know. Me and my
ways of the joys of spring.
Yeah. It's not quite spring.
Everybody's attacked by allergies, man. They are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, lots of chats already about Steve Martin movies, and that is great because there's so many. This was the first starring role, though.
Mm-hmm.
He did a couple of minor roles, including in that Bee Gees Sgt. Pepper movie. He was in that role in that. So, what is this movie? It's an absurd rags to riches to rags comedy.
Yes.
With that surreal, absurd, and sometimes slapstick comedy, though, that Steve Martin seems to excel at all of these things. And I actually think he's possibly, I think he's a giant of 20th century comedy, if you ask me.
When
Oh,
when
yeah,
you
for
think
sure.
of comedy of those days, really the elite guys there at the latter half of the 70s, it was him and Robin Williams. They were both knocking it out of the park, man. Billy Crystal wasn't as well known at the time. He was on television, but he was getting more notoriety for soap, being the first gay character on television than anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to underestimate the amount of praise and success that Steve Martin has had, because he's had a ton, but I often think he's just a little bit underappreciated these days.
Yeah.
Given
I'd
that,
agree.
yeah. I mean, they talk about a lot of other stuff, particularly a lot of the other Saturday Night Live guys. I think Steve Martin is unique because of his skill set.
Yeah.
I mean,
A little bit of Jim Carrey, a
Yeah.
little bit of Oddball from Robin Williams. He's not as quick-witted as Robin, but his bits are just the physical and mental comedy.
You can almost see
great.
bits here. He's an actor, stand-up comedian, a playwright, an author.
An author, yeah.
An author. He's a world-class banjo player and roots musician.
My God, yeah.
Like, one of the best in the world.
He's just all around talented. You look up talented in the dictionary, there's Steve Martin, man. He's got a bunch of things going for him.
Oh, yeah. And of course, he's playing Navin R. Johnson, the hapless and naive protagonist, a poor black boy, setting out on a journey to discover his special purpose.
That's right.
We've got that clip too. This was Martin's first starring role in movies. They've done a ton of TV and some small parts of movies. It launched a prolific movie career. And if you actually stop to think of the movies that came after this,
I'm sitting there looking at the list right now. It's bizarre.
An endless succession of hits.
Yep.
And he also
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you go ahead, mate.
I think my favorite one that he did, and there's a bunch of them, but I think that my favorite one he did was the one he did with Michael Caine, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, that movie
one of the funniest damn movies you'll ever see.
Good. He can't speak.
Oh, Oklahoma. Smacking the frying pan. Just too funny, man.
That was a great cast in that movie. I love that movie.
It was.
He also co-wrote this movie, of course. Born in Waco, Texas.
Yep.
But raised in Inglewood, California. Majored in philosophy. Now, unlike many Hollywood actors who think they're hot shit, although they're dumb as fuck, he actually is smart. He's one of the few, him and James Woods, I guess. And here he is. He started his career writing. I mean, this isn't going to be the Steve Martin show. We could do an entire show just about Steve Martin.
Could do one just on him. Well, it would take a couple of shows. Yeah. Sorry. He's reinvented himself too many times, man.
Yeah. I mean, he started stand-up in about 1967, started writing for the Smothers Brothers show alongside others like Carl Gottlieb and Carl Reiner was involved in that too. I
wouldn't be surprised if Buck Henry was involved in it too.
Oh, he was, yes. He wrote and appeared on tons of TV shows, eventually became a huge hit as a recurring guest and host on SNL, and is a magnificent banjo player with his band, the Steep Canyon Rangers. This is him on The Dating Game.
Yes.
Which I've never seen.
That's before hair went gray. Yep. Yeah.
Apparently won because he and the girl that picked him colluded beforehand because they both wanted the expensive holiday. So they worked. Yeah, genius. They worked out beforehand. There's no such thing as reality television. There's the clue.
Yeah, right.
And then he started to perform on things like the Smothers Brothers. He didn't like his early performances. He said they were garbage, but obviously you got to learn somehow. You got to pick it up. And then, of course, SNL.
There they are, my boys.
Crazy guys.
Yes.
So,
we wear the tight pants to show off our bulges. Yes.
In fact, I've got a tiny clip of that.
Oh, yes. Please.
How about a swinging drink? No way. You know, such a thing was not possible back in Czechoslovakia before we blew up the tanks and ran from them. All the portable bachelor pad bars were owned by the state.
There, your slacks are really tight. Just like mine.
You know what? I looked hard for the clip where he goes, and they're big American breasts, but you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, couldn't find it. Oh my God. How they walk in a room together, you know, doing the shake of the shoulders and everything. They're crazy, dude. Those guys were nuts.
That was funny.
Oh,
So he created a number of characters like that. D-Bud is right. He did work at Disneyland for a while because he was in California. So
yeah,
and it kind of got him into the business. So SNL was a big thing for him, and then 1979. Well, there's the King Tut, of course, which again a hit. He was making albums as well.
Hit. Yeah, he was doing albums of his stand-up routines. But King Tut. Now you got to remember, it was at the time they were bringing the treasures of King Tut on tour to the major museums here in the U.S.
It well,
and it was the first time they were bringing it to the U.S. And he did a song about it, and it just went off. He had a huge hit with it. It was on the radio all the time.
It was a big deal.
It was a huge deal because they'd never let that stuff out of Egypt before. Yeah, it was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, very, very, very huge deal. So he was doing stand up, making albums, having hit albums and hit singles even. He was on SNL and doing other TV, and finally wanted to do his own starring role in his own movie and put a lot of that 10 years of writing together into one package. So hence Jerk. And as we said, he's a world-class banjo player. So I actually made the mistake of leaving my banjo in the back of my car the other day, and I forgot to lock the damn car.
Oh,
so
no.
the inevitable happened. When I came back the next morning, someone had put another banjo in there.
Damn it, son. Are you sure it wasn't just procreating? I mean,
just getting rid of it. Dump your banjo here.
That's it.
Imp was telling us about heavy metal banjo groups.
I wouldn't say it was a group. It's just a track. I've only really heard it once, maybe twice.
I see. So
I've heard the accordion more.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Well, there's a bunch of those. I've got all the cello stuff, like apocalyptic. So I'm a big fan of Steve Martin's music and banjo playing, but here he is again. Copyright gods will kill us. Playing a traditional Scottish song, Loch Lomond, on the banjo. It's so good. So I
Hell
just
yeah,
love
man.
that. And I love the fact it's
dude.
Loch Lomond. But yeah, he's an all-round Renaissance man. And as David said, there's a great video of him playing Foggy Mountain Breakdown with Earl Scruggs. I think it's on. It's maybe it's on one of the Saturday night shows. I can't remember which one. It's really good.
Well, you can if you get a hold of his albums, he does a bit where he says that you can't be depressed playing the banjo, right?
Yeah,
and he gears up to a joke where he says, "I think the banjo was one of the few things that could have saved Nixon." You know, he gets off the plane and he's stepping onto the tarmac and he says, "I'd like to talk about politics, but first a little Foggy Mountain Breakdown," and he just starts jamming, dude. It was great.
Yeah,
Awesome.
even makes Imp feel happy.
Yeah,
It?
right. Oh man,
It makes him silent too.
yeah. Of course, it could be the allergies making him silent. So.
It could be poor bugger. But yeah, he's a great musician. Of course, Steve, huge driving force behind this movie. We'll just cover a few of the other people though. The delectable Bernadette Peters, of course.
Now, I think they were married at one point, weren't they?
They were never married, but they
were
a
never married.
thing.
Okay.
They were a thing for a number of years.
Because she sure showed up in a lot of his movies early.
Yeah, she was in what was the other one that she was in with him after?
She was in Pennies
from Heaven. Pennies from Heaven. That was it.
Mhm.
And because she's a fantastic all-rounder as well, actress,
Mhm.
singer,
Yep.
author, major Broadway star, major gazongas. I mean, major Broadway star. Obviously, she's
girl
playing
does
his love interest. Well,
Mhm.
the second love interest. In
Yes,
this
the second love interest.
movie.
We haven't
Marie.
gotten to the circus love
That's
interest
right.
yet.
She's
Yeah.
playing Marie.
Mhm.
I fell in love with her when I saw this movie. I was like, this woman is so cute.
Yep.
And still, she aged very gracefully. I think she was in that Mozart in the Jungle show that was on for a few years, not so long ago. She was really, really beautiful in that.
Yep.
Yeah, she was certainly she was a child actor back in the 50s, started in 58. Did
Really?
TV, like she was on the Carol Burnett show, Tim Conway, the Muppet Show. She made an appearance in.
Oh wow.
Silent Movie with Mel Brooks was her first big movie role. Great film.
Yes,
Great
it
film.
is.
Yeah. Henry does think she's very pretty too. Yes, yeah, she is very cute. She's cute. She has a cute voice. She can sing like an angel.
I couldn't remember if they got married or not, but I knew they had a thing for a while.
Didn't get married. She went on to marry some other gentleman who tragically passed away quite young in an accident. So she didn't. She had a little bit of tragedy in her life. This is her Playboy spread.
Yeah.
I just don't get the attraction.
Right? This is back when it was cool to be in Playboy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was in Pennies from Heaven, which is a great movie. Really like that. Now, his first love interest.
Yes.
Patty Bernstein is the character played by Caitlin Adams. A very shy, retiring, and genteel lady, I would say.
Yep.
But she's the what is it she does? She's the motorbike stunt woman at the circus.
Oh my God, yeah.
And she takes a liking to him. She's actually quite a serious method actress.
Really?
Yeah, she wasn't really into comedy. She got this role, but she was more of from the Lee Strasberg actor studio stuff. And she was in the only other couple of things I can remember her in were she was Neil Diamond's wife in The Jazz Singer. And also in the movie Freaky Friday, she had a role.
Dude, I just looked her up. She's Olivia in Underworld Awakening.
That's
She's
right.
in the Underworld franchise. Whoa.
Which I do love those movies. Yeah, all of them.
I do
Strangely
too.
enough, all of them. D-Bud says, I would find her more attractive if that lingerie was in wool. Yes. So here she is in all her glory. She takes a shine to her boy. He's at this point. He's at the circus doing the I guess your weight thing.
Yeah.
We're going to go through some stills soon, but this is just the preamble. But she does make an impression in this movie.
Yeah,
Particularly on his ass, I think.
no doubt.
Then Jackie Mason, veteran, who plays Harry Hartunian, the gas station owner with the hot wife.
Mm-hmm.
He was a veteran even at this time.
Yes.
And acting. I saw him on TV doing stand-up when he was like 90. He was still doing it.
Really?
He was from Wisconsin, but nobody's perfect.
Right.
Interesting guy, because Jackie Mason, although he was well known as a stand-up and on Broadway and whatever, he never did a lot of movies or TV.
No, he didn't.
Partly because he had a huge dispute with Ed Sullivan. I didn't know about. Ed Sullivan thought he dissed him when he was on the show with giving him the middle finger and doing some stuff, taking the piss out of Ed Sullivan.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Sullivan banned him and basically got him banned from TV entirely for years.
Wow.
Lawsuits and all sorts. So I kind of set his TV career back. Some of his contemporaries did a lot more TV. So
he was the one bright spot in the failed sequel to Caddyshack.
Caddyshack 2. Yeah.
He was the Rodney Dangerfield type in that one.
Yeah. And then he was 93 when he passed away. So he lived a fair old life. He was also a recurring part in The Simpsons as Rabbi. What was the Rabbi Krustovsky? That was it.
Krustovsky.
So,
He had a very distinctive voice, though. Jackie Mason did.
he did.
You could recognize his voice, no doubt.
Yeah. So, Caitlin Adams was in Underworld Awakening. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Awakening. Yeah.
She played Olivia in it.
Last cast member I really want to talk about. There's many others in the film as we go through it, but Emmett Walsh, of course.
Oh my gosh! Die, gas pumper!
Who's thankfully still with us at the age of 88 and still acting, plays the madman shooter who hates cans for some reason.
That's one of the greatest scenes in movie history, man.
And then later he comes back in the movie as a private investigator.
Yes.
Was it I'd got divorced and I'd quit smoking. So that's it. It's okay then.
It's okay, bro.
And he just picks him out of the phone book, which is the funny thing.
Man.
Die, Navin R. Johnson. Our great friend Darius, whom we're hoping is going to join us on the show, is super stickered us with the old devil horns with sparkly things. $3 from Darius Munchausen. Hands doing the sign of the horns with sparkles around. Darius, get your ass on the show here. We need you. But thank you for that super chat, super sticker. And that gives me an excuse to play some kind of video.
I'm completely bloody sick of this. Give us some easy ones, Brandy, you big bottom ball.
Oh man!
So the Emmett Walsh, great actor. I mean,
Dude, he's in. I'm sitting here looking at it right now. He's been in movies and Blade Runner. Yeah,
he's a legend just for being in Blade Runner.
Yes,
Captain Bryant.
Absolutely, yes.
He's even in the best sports movie ever made, Slapshot.
That's right. He is in that one, isn't he?
Slapshot, Dickie Dunn, Slapshot.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I love him in
Sports Writer.
He's in a lot of Coen Brothers movies, but particularly Blood Simple.
Blood Simple, yeah.
Which he plays the sleazy PI, Lauren Visser.
He is a great actor, man.
This is such a good movie. The first Coen Brothers movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they made this movie, Blood Simple,
mm-hmm.
You'll know this probably. Or before they made it, they'd written the screenplay and they wanted to sell it, so they made a fake trailer. And the fake trailer starred Bruce Campbell.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was in the trailer. He didn't end up being the starring role in the movie, but he was in.
He was in the trailer for.
He was in the trailer, but Emmett Walsh absolutely killed it in Blood Simple. Literally killed it in Blood Simple.
Well, he's just he was a phenomenal actor. I'd put him on the level of a Ned Beatty type, you know, just really talented. He never was the leading guy, but you need these kind of guys to fill out your story, and he's fantastic at it. I know,
he's in dozens of great movies and always recognizable every time. We couldn't do without these guys. They make movies.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. They steal scenes. Yep.
They do. So the director, who also appears in the movie as himself, is Carl Reiner, as we say, father of Meathead, but we'll forgive him for that.
Yes, we'll forgive him for that.
He is another, like Steve Martin, another major figure in American comedy.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Starting back in the 50s, he's actor, stand-up comedian, writer, director, long-time collaborator with Mel Brooks, Neil Simon, Woody Allen. He's one of the big heavyweights when you look back at it. Did a lot of work with Sid Caesar on Your Show of Shows.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, the Dick Van Dyke Show.
I was fixing to say you hadn't even mentioned that one yet. And that's the one I remember him from. Yeah,
creator and writer. He tried to star in it in the pilot, but he just didn't. It didn't work. So had to be someone with some charisma.
Right.
He's never the greatest actor, Carl Reiner. And then he did
a brilliant comedic mind.
Oh god, great writer and director. Mm-hmm. He was in a bunch of movies. It's a mad world. The Russians Are Coming, one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
And he also worked a lot with Steve Martin after this. He did The Man with Two Brains. Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, which has been mentioned already, is a great show. Mm-hmm. A great movie. I love that movie. Yep. And All of Me, which is It's a lovely movie too. Lily
That
Tomlin.
is a really good movie, man. It really is. Isn't that the one where they switch places mentally? Yeah.
It always confused me because you would think that should be called The Man with Two Brains,
Right.
but it isn't. It's called All
Right.
of
Yeah, all of
confuse
these
me.
really good, man. That's a fantastic movie.
Stop confusing me.
Right.
The other two writers on this were a guy called Carl Gottlieb, who played Iron Balls McGinty, still my favorite named character in a movie ever. Iron Balls McGinty, here he is dishing out some punishment to Steve Martin's foot. But he also co-wrote, I'd forgotten about this, he co-wrote the Jaws screenplay.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And I believe he's in it too.
He is.
I think he has a cameo in the movie too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It also he was a cohort of Steve Martin and Carl Reiner from old days. So he wrote a lot of Smothers Brothers, Odd Couple, Bob Newhart Show, and All in the Family.
Mm-hmm.
Where he got a little
Very
edgy.
smart guy.
A
Yeah,
little
he
edgy.
did both the first two Jaws movies. He wrote on both of them.
Yeah, but we'll forget about the second.
Man, that's a fun one. It's a fun one. It's still got Roy Scheider. It's good. Yeah.
The shark is back.
Yes.
The other writer was a guy called Michael Elias, who I don't really know that much about, but he did work with Steve Martin again back in the day on all these TV things they wrote for. And he worked with Steve Martin on his stand-up show. So a lot of the material was worked on with him, which some of it made it into this movie. I think he's best known for Head of the Class. He co-created and co-wrote Head of the Class. So he did have some success. So that was the kind of the main contributors, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'd like to do now, with your indulgence, is show the alternative trailer to the movie, which, as a joke, I think was called For Cinema Owners Only. And this, I'd never
Really.
Yeah, this is actually quite cute. Before we get into the slides of the movie and talk about the scenes and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
this is the Cinema Owners trailer, as they titled it. This is quite funny.
And now, just for you cinema owners, a special message from the star of that film, Steve Martin.
Hi, theater owners. There's a picture coming out directed by Carl Reiner, starring myself, Steve Martin. It's called The Jerk. And I just want to let you know, we're going to hype the hell out of this thing. It's going to be a real moneymaker for all of us if we cooperate. Picture's got everything they want. It's got the chase scene. It's got the karate fight. It's got the blue language they love so much. It's got the double entendre. The adults get it, the kids don't. Everybody goes out happy. Plus, we stuck in a phony disco song. They all go out whistling it at the end like a bunch of idiots. This is the first. We intentionally stuck in a boring part in the middle, just for you theater owners. About an hour into the picture, they're going to be out buying your popcorn in droves. They're going to be lined up. You may even have to take on extra help just to handle all the business.
It does have boobs.
You're welcome. Gift from Steve. Reviews? Don't worry about it. We got 100 great reviews coming all across the nation. We took care of it, okay? The old cash over.
How appropriate is that?
Plus, we made a preview of coming attractions. We took the best stuff from the picture, stuck it all on one reel. They're going to think this picture's loaded. We even got stuff from other movies on it. By the time they figure that one out, we're going to have their money. We'll be in the Bahamas. Publicity? Don't worry about publicity. I got that covered. I'm going to do a publicity stunt the day before the picture opens. Can't tell you what it is. Well, I'll give you a little bit. You heard the expression, let it all hang out? Well, at noon, the middle of Fifth Avenue.
Hey!
I'm gonna
Hey,
be
who put
walking
this
down
reel
the
on?
street.
This reel is for
There'll be a
theater owners.
photographer
Put the other reel on.
hanging out.
Isn't that just the greatest trailer? It's
Hell yeah,
so
man.
good. But honesty, I mean, it's actually quite honest. Like,
Yeah.
That's well written. Love that one.
Letting the theater owners know he's got it covered.
Yeah.
You're covered.
Yeah, so let's call up as we normally do and hope everyone's having a good time out there, enjoying the show. There's quite a few of you out there on the tubes and on the rumbles. Great to see you all. Just keep those favorite moments. We're going to go through the stills now and keep those favorite moments of the movie coming. We're going to, so the jerk will be saying, "Excuse me while I whip this out." That's more of a Blazing Saddles joke,
That's
though.
a Blazing Saddles reference right there.
Eclay Thomason's here. Hell, I love this movie. It's a much underappreciated movie, I think, which is why I wanted to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. It's dynamite, man.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, it's great.
So let me just pull it up.
It's what would have happened to Forrest Gump if he hadn't run into famous people.
Exactly.
Okay, this is what would have happened.
So let's dive in to some of the stills, and we'll talk about the film as we go through. Obviously, I have some clips to play too for certain bits.
Good.
But we'll do the usual. Just walk through the. Oh, it's green. Why is it green?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
That won't help. Okay, we'll try that again.
Go for it. You can do it. I have faith. But yeah, this. I mean, everybody knew him from Saturday Night Live and stand up, but this let everybody know just exactly how smart the guy was. He could actually drive a film all by himself.
Okay.
And after that, the floodgates opened.
I have to fix the greenness. Keep talking.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. So while I'm working to fix that, there was a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about. It was the music in the movie. Now, there's not a lot of music, but there's a little bit of music. And one of the key things is at the beginning. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Share screen. There we go. Where's my producer?
It's a good question.
So the movie, the bit at the beginning when they're all in the sharecropper thing and they're all singing, jump around, turn around, pick a bale of cotton. Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee, genuine blues folk legends are sitting playing there, which legitimizes the whole thing to a certain extent. And of course, that pick a bale of cotton, that's it's a traditional American folk song, obviously from the fields, African American oriented work song, originally done by guys like Lead Belly and Mississippi John Hurt, and these guys did a great version of it in this movie, showcasing Steve Martin's lack of dancing skills, lack of rhythm. It's because he looks a bit out of place.
The feet flying sideways is what I love about it, man. Dude, that's freaking great. Like I said, he was kind of like Robin Williams and Jim Carrey shoved into one body, man. It's very cool.
Indeed. Cool. And then there's the other musical performance is this, to me, and this is wonderful. Let me show that in the stream. Sorry. Yeah, Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee were in the movie at the beginning.
Yep.
This is actually quite a cute performance. Now, I know it's a comedy, but I actually found this part really touching, and I actually loved it in the movie. They're on the beach singing together. Steve Martin's playing the ukulele, and it's "Tonight You Belong to Me," not "You Belong to Me," which is a different song.
Yeah,
"Tonight You Belong to Me," classic song from the 1920s. Written in 26, and it's actually one of my favorite bits in the movie, other than the fact I can't figure out where she was hiding the trumpet.
Right. Scary thought. Scary thought.
Where was that trumpet hiding?
Where was that thing the whole time, right?
So I'm going to play a little bit of that.
My honey has no one with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me, just a little lonely.
Where did that come from?
I had the craziest fantasy that I could rise up, float, right down the end of this cornet, right through here, through these valves, right along this tube, come right up against your lips, and give you a kiss.
Why didn't you?
I didn't want to get spit on me.
Just, he knows how to ruin. He knows how to ruin a romantic moment. It gets spit
Totally
on.
fucked that up.
And then after that, they have the bit where they're supposed to kiss.
Mhm.
And I still, to this day, don't understand why she keeps pushing him away and resisting. And she's
Right.
like the opposite of. It's that absurdity. They're supposed to be kissing, and it's like,
Bizarre, man.
and yet they're clearly attracted to each other. But,
Yes.
So I'm just trying to fix the slide thing right now. So it'll take me a few minutes. So talk amongst myselves.
Talk amongst myself. Well,
Yes,
if
both
you're
of
if you're a
us.
fan of this guy, you know, this was the first in like, oh my God, man, how many movies did he make right in a row there? Between the time he did, let's see, in the next 20 years, he had hits like Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, The Man with Two Brains, All of Me, The Three Amigos. Let's not forget that one with
Oh,
Martin Short and Chevy Chase. I mean, you
you mean this
need to do a
movie?
show on that one. Let me tell
You
you.
mean this one?
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas? A what? A plethora.
He's not in that scene, but it's
Absolutely, man. That you could do a whole show on that movie right there. My God, it's so great. And after that, in '87, he did Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh,
That
yeah.
movie with John Candy was off the chain.
Yeah.
Friggin' Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, of course, in '88. L.A. Story, that's kind of a mocking of Hollywood life movie.
Yeah,
That's
it's
kind
my
of
wife's favorite
weird.
for some reason.
Yeah. Bowfinger, he did that one.
Roxanne, he did.
99. And then
Roxanne was good.
Kind of PG-13 family movies after that, pretty much. Parenthood, Father of Bride, Cheaper by the Dozen. Yeah.
Roxanne, the one where he mocks the people mocking
Roxanne
his
is one of
nose.
my favorite movies
He
ever.
does his 20 favorite nose jokes. And
Yes.
This is the guy that was trying to insult him.
You hit the dartboard, and I'll do the number of nose jokes, and he hits a 20. And he's like, God, great. Yeah, but it was a comedy version of Cyrano de Bergerac, and he was out to hear the whole movie. It was great, dude. That movie's awesome.
He did have an incredible run.
He did. Yeah.
Enough
Shogun.
Yeah, it just and a lot of it was stuff that was kind of unique. I mean, The Jerk is fairly unique. Man with Two Brains, although you could say there's a strong Mel Brooks influence in that one.
Oh yeah.
The Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
That's off the chain.
All of Me. He was trying to write original properties or be involved in original properties. Very distinctive in many ways from his SNL people that he's associated with. Although, as you say, he only did like 25 SNLs. And
Yeah, he never was a permanent cast member. He
so he had
a good time with them.
I know he joined to back up with some of those guys, but he very much was a distinct thread of movies.
Yep.
Now, for me in the UK at the time, we didn't see Saturday Night Live, and it's pre-VHS days. So we heard about these guys that were on SNL, and we only saw maybe if they did a TV appearance in the UK on something. It was the movies that introduced us to them.
Yeah. While I watched them all through middle school and high school, I stayed up every Saturday to watch it, man. I mean, yeah. I grew up on the not ready for primetime players, which was the regular cast, and Steve showed up every once in a while and just blew the doors off of it when he showed up, man. And he always did a music bit. Every time he hosted, he played some music on there at some point. You know, it was always very cool.
My introduction to Steve Martin was this movie. Other than I'd heard some of the records, I'd heard some of the stand-up records.
Yeah, see, I bought those. Like I told you before when we were on air.
It's still green. There's something wrong with my software. Good.
Oh, but yeah, I bought Let's Get Small in the late 70s, and my dad just said that guy's an idiot. Of course, he was a big fan of Bill Cosby at the time. You know, he was the comedian back then, and Richard Pryor was getting started. You know, Lenny Bruce had his run and stuff. But my dad heard this guy's stuff, and it's very oddball. I mean, it's all his routines are really. That's the only way to say it. Odd. They're different. It's not linear jokes, if you understand what I'm saying. It's almost like British comedy done in a stand-up routine kind of way. You know what I mean? It's very character driven and stuff. And
that appeals to me as well. That character driven stuff. But yeah, this was my introduction to Steve Martin. The movies that like the Blues Brothers and Animal House were my introduction to people like John Belushi. We hadn't seen them in anything else other than these movies.
Right.
And these movies were all big hits in Britain, though. Big hits. So we do like our big hits, you know.
I'm sure. But I mean, what a time to be a comedian, and the atmosphere that Lorne Michaels created on television on that show, Saturday Night Live, when it started. Now, I haven't watched it, God, since the 90s. I think since Eddie Murphy left it. I haven't watched it on a regular basis.
I have no interest in it now. No.
But back then, it was must-see TV. I'm telling you, it was so funny. Even the bad skits were worth watching. You know what I'm saying? Now it's nothing but cringe. But hey, man, got it.
You can forgive them some rough sketches because a lot of this was live and improv, and they had a week to do it. Same with Monty Python. If you watch the TV shows, in amongst all the good stuff, there's like, we tried this and didn't really work. You know, that's the nature of.
But you've got to watch the Flying Circus because some of their best stuff is on there, and it's not on anything else. I can't remember. It's not the Special Olympics, but it's like an Olympics for handicapped people. Do you remember that damn skit?
Yeah,
where they had the 500 meters for people with no sense of direction, shoots the gun and they all scatter instead of going down the lane. It's hilarious, man. The friggin' marathon for people with weak bladders. The leaders keep changing because they keep ducking in and out of the woods to go take a piss.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hilarious, man. Oh,
okay.
The 100 meters for non-swimmers, right? They all go in and nobody comes up. That was so damn funny. I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't the handicapped Olympics, but it was I can't remember the name of it.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So damn funny, man. Damn, it was great.
So I'm just going to manually control these images that I've got up in the screen.
You go, man.
Go. So I'll just have to go through them manually. So so it kicks off with him lying in some Hollywood street.
Yep.
as a bum. And he does the talking. He's talked straight to the camera, which is kind of neat. Fourth wall thing.
Yep, fourth wall.
Yep. He has his thermos.
Always had the thermos, baby. Got to have that.
Yeah, and then my story. I was born a poor black
child. That's it, bro. Poor black child. Love it. Is it the Silly Olympics? Is that what it was, Tim? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got you, man.
The Silly Olympics, yeah.
That was great. That was a great.
Was that the one with the all drug Olympics?
What's that?
The all drug Olympics?
No, I've never seen that one.
That was a different one, yeah.
No,
the guy tries to pick the way up and his arms fall off.
People always get it confused with the upper class twit of the year one. You know, but no, this one was the Silly Olympics was probably one of my favorite ones they ever did. And it's not in anything else. You have to watch the television show. Yeah.
There's some stuff that's never been seen elsewhere. Yeah.
That's it.
So here we have a picture of your house in the bayou, Joe.
That's it. Yeah. That's us down there in the swamp. What's up? The only thing missing is the water and the moss.
And we start to, Sonny and Terry and Brownie, you start to see he's stands out a little bit in this sharecropping family, and he's got zero rhythm. The stereotypes, the white stereotypes are all in this. He's got zero rhythm.
Yeah.
And
this is in a time where we laughed at ourselves, though, folks.
Yeah.
We actually laughed at ourselves back then.
Yeah.
Really did.
It's his birthday, and he's got his favorite meal: Twinkies, tuna and mayonnaise sandwich,
and tab. Don't forget the tab.
Bread and tab. Yeah, and they're really nice to him. I mean, he's definitely a part of the family, but they give him all these great gifts. And then he gets beat off and goes off to the bedroom, and this is when it's like, I don't fit in.
Yeah. Oh,
and the reveal, the big reveal.
Feeling different again, huh?
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
It's your birthday, and it's time you knew. Navin, you're not our natural-born child.
I'm not.
You were left on our doorstep. But we raised you like you were one of us.
You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
And this is when you also realize that he's perhaps a little slow in the uptake.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
So welcome, Courtney. Hello, Courtney. We can't hear you. But she's
there. She's still getting her stuff together.
She's getting her.
Yeah.
We can hear you now. Can you hear me? We can hear you.
Check it out.
We could hear you.
She may not be able to hear us.
She might not. So, you want to come in and sing some blues? This
Blues?
is funny.
Yeah.
I hate those songs. They depress me. What's the blues? So Clay's asking, how old was he meant to be in this movie? I mean, I guess you're supposed to be thinking he's in his early 20s. I mean, clearly the actor is a lot older.
Yeah.
I think early 20s. Oh, the cup of pizza. The cup of pizza's coming up. Yeah.
Cup of pizza. That's it. Maniac.
WG, good to see you, my friend. I don't know if you got my message the other day, but we're on for Vegas on the 14th. Just letting you know. We'll talk. I think I've got your email. Have I got your email? Anyway, you can email me. The email's on my YouTube page. We'll sort that out. Good to see you though, mate. But yeah, so you're getting the rhythm. And then he's listening at night in bed to the radio, and he's getting some smooth music, Lawrence Welk style, coming from some station in St. Louis as he's eating his Twinkie, and he gets the rhythm. The music, white bread music.
Yes, he's getting the rhythm.
I get it. I get this
great,
music.
Man. It's like Forrest starting to walk. Look out.
Yeah. WG, my friend, $20 super chat. Thank you, mate. You really are top man, a top supporter of this channel. And I mean, you're all top supporters, but you're a great supporter, WG. Thanks, buddy. We're going to have to play you a video to thank you for that, which, let's do this.
This is where they found themselves, far from home and far from talented.
The Ruttles, of course. Yeah, thanks, WG. Thank you, mate. But yeah, we can be meeting up in Vegas for the meetups and go to the hacky. So I think Brahma and I are okay for that date. But anyway, here he is.
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
It speaks to me.
Have you got anything to say, though?
Testing.
I can kind of hear you. Give me one.
We can hear you. George Harrison would have been 81 yesterday.
My headphones. Give me one more sec.
George Harrison, another world-class ukulele player.
Yes.
He would have got. He probably did play with Steve Martin. They knew each other. They must have jammed.
You know.
Yeah.
These people all run into each other at some point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were both in the movie business. So But yeah, so he's had the revelation. He's heard the music. He's got to go out and this is another great scene.
Yeah.
Something you should know.
Oh my
That's,
God.
Okay, I can hear.
Hey, there you are. How you doing?
I
lad?
didn't want to wear it. I keep trying to figure out this thing. I can't get it to work.
Well, what is it? Can we see
It's
it?
the microphone.
All right.
I can't get sound. I don't know how to set. I can do it on StreamYards, but I don't know how to set it up on this thing to make the, the ears and the mouth work differently.
Yeah, there's probably some software, but
I'm bummed though because I want to be cool with.
did it come with software?
Just kidding.
Yes.
No, it's just a plug-in USB one.
So I think we're going to do the rest of the show with just you on the screen. So
Okay. My hair looks awful.
No, you're looking good.
It's a great color, I'll tell you that. It's
Thanks
badass.
for being here. Though.
I just haven't brushed it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Sit on the cheesemakers.
Plus the cheesemakers, yay.
Well, he's not literally referring to them, but he means all manufacturers of dairy produce. So that's it. And this is Shinola, because that's what your father needs to tell you.
Right?
And he gets it. He gets it. Shinola. So he's going to go to St. Louis, which is never a good move, by the way. Don't ever trust White.
Don't ever trust White.
This is on a par with Blazing Saddles for that kind of humor.
Yep.
And it's funny, he's got this aviator outfit on, which is really.
I love how his brothers are constantly laughing at him too. It's so great.
This guy's pissing himself laughing the whole movie. Let the boy go.
You want to know something really funny? I was confused over which movie this was, and I had to ask. I was in a Discord chat like a couple hours ago, and I was like, "That's the movie with the long nose, right?" And they're like, "No,
That's Roxanne.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's Roxanne. Yeah.
He wakes up and he's like he's like homeless in the beginning, isn't he?
Yeah. Starts out as a bum. Yeah.
He's on the street with his thermos.
I've never quite understood why he's a jerk, though. I know he's a bit dumb, but he's not really a jerk. So that title never made sense to me.
Because he doesn't know, like he's an idiot. Like
I mean, he
that's the whole point. He doesn't know he's an idiot. Yeah,
he does screw up a lot of people's lives with the Optigrab, of course. But
yes,
see a doctor and get rid of it. That's one of the lessons.
See a doctor, get rid of it. Oh my God!
Now this is the funny bit. He stands there, and later on they're looking at his place sitting.
Right.
And he's still out there.
Yeah, you want to go out there and get him some food?
He's still out there. And then the guy turns up and he takes him to the end of the fence.
Right. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
He's off and running. Oh,
This is not the guy. There's a point where he says to somebody, oh no, he's not. Is this truck going? He goes, "Where are you going?" No, what's it the man says to him? He says St. Louis, and he goes, to which Martin replies, "No, Navin Johnson."
I always wondered, did they dress him like an aviator because that's how they know white people to look? Because they're like pilots.
I don't know, man.
The stereotypes are there's some black stereotypes in it, yes,
Yeah.
but there's also a lot of white stereotypes.
Yeah.
I'm glad Henry's enjoying this. It is a funny movie. Title never made sense to me, dude.
E.K. says jerk used to mean idiot. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that I understand because he's not a bad person, you know.
No,
and like big jerk, you meanie, you know.
Now he gets out at the end of and he's obviously there for days.
Right.
Finally gets to the city.
Mm-hmm.
St.
It's my
Louis.
brother's old car. I don't know.
Yeah, a Beetle.
It was a 66 my brother had, but that was a little later.
Oh, there were so many of those around when I was a
Beetle.
kid.
Oh yeah, engines in the back where the trunk should be. The trunk was in the front.
Hold on like this in the passenger seat, so the thing is.
It's a kind of movie you could invade. Kind of vehicle you could invade Poland with. Absolutely.
That's it.
So here he is, the Firebird Motel, and another one of these absurd things, the dog at the door. And it's like, because in a movie, you know, we've all seen Lassie and all these other movies.
Right.
What is it, boy? What? There's some people falling in the canyon, you know? We got a word over, there's a fire. And it's taking the piss out of those movies.
Oh my God.
You gotta get your picture taken.
Yeah.
Save everybody's life.
And he gets them all up and out, and they're like, "You freaking jerk!"
Yeah,
he is a jerk. He is a jerk here. Yeah, shit. He calls the dog
Shithead. That's
point.
right. The dog's name is Shithead. Good Shithead.
Yeah. I notice he's carrying him, of course.
Oh.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, St. Louis. No, Navin Johnson.
Is that a Bronco?
Is it a Bronco? I don't know. I don't know these vehicles. It's a big one, though.
Yeah, it looks like a...
Somebody in the chat will know.
I can't see what it says on the side. Oh, no.
He's in the bag with all the garbage.
Yeah.
And there he arrives at the first major...
Jackie Mason's gas station. Yep.
Yes, Henry Hertulian, or whatever his name was. Apparently, the gas shortage was on at this time, so Steve Martin and Carl Reiner shared a vehicle to the set every day and wrote a lot of the material as they were doing it. So it had a spin-off.
Cool, though. Did they like write the material while they were? That's cool.
Yeah, they used that time to write a lot of stuff. So this is where he's buying gas for his Zippo.
This had to be a riot to work on, man. With all
Look
these
what I would have missed.
on
Look what I would have missed. All he wants is to use the washroom, but like a lot of these things, is the keys attached to the
right to a huge ass rim for a freaking tire. Yeah.
And then he says, "Hey, how would you like to be president of whatever it is?"
Yeah.
And he gives him a job. And he says, "Yep, I'm going to be president." Oh, nobody wants to work their way up from the bottom again, do they? This is the bit we haven't got this clip. It's when he goes.
Yeah, it's in the trailer. Yeah. He's trying to use the buffer and slings himself across the garage. Yeah, that's funny.
It's a funny.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Yeah. The letters home are great too.
The letters home.
The money. Yeah,
we're going to get the best one later. But, yeah, he's working away there. He's doing all right. He's got the uniform.
Yep.
And then he says you could sleep. Was it? He says you could live here, but you want to stay. You know where to stay. You can stay here. But he thinks this is it's the toilet. He's like this is the kitchen. And this must be the kitchen. He's so dumb.
Slaughter living space. Oh,
I think he means the garage at the back.
The man's out of his mind.
There you go. This is actually where he said he could stay.
I don't have to change this at all.
That's right. How much is this going to cost me?
A postcard, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a deal.
He's just astounded how dumb he is. And this now we get introduced to Harry's raison d'etre.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Step outside for a second. This is where he says, "I'm about to leave you in charge, and my sex life is in your hands. Because if you
you see this woman, yeah,
you ruin this place, it's over." Well, when he sees your legs, he goes, "What are those things?" And then he's trying to do the hand signals. He's like, "Okay, yeah, he doesn't really know what he's doing." And then these bums turn up. These guys try to rip him off.
Yeah.
What kind of car is that? I want to know what kind every car is. Such a weirdo.
Somebody did say it's some kind of Mercury, I think. I've got it written down somewhere, but I'm not. Someone in the chat will probably know it. It's a beautiful car. Yeah, the TV edits are sometimes have more in them because they had to pad it out to then fit the adverts in, but they padded material to make it up to like 2 hours or whatever. Then, so
right, they'll put in a lot of the cutting room floor stuff.
Yeah.
I think the one I remember the most is when Superman, the original Superman the movie, came on ABC the first time.
Yeah,
and the part where he drills into the ground to meet Lex Luthor for the first time, right? He drills into the ground, then he pushes in the door in the theatrical cut. in the friggin' the stuff that hit the cutting room floor. He actually goes into the subway and he goes through a rain of bullets. Then he tries to use flamethrowers on him, and then he tries to freeze him, and he freezes him in a block of ice. And he busts out of it. It was really cool. I don't know why they didn't put that in the movie. It was ridiculous, man.
You know that a relative of mine did all the practical visual effects in that movie, the first Superman movie. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. He did a great job then, because man, oof.
Keep meaning to try and get him on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
now that guy looks familiar right there. What the hell is that?
He looks a bit like Stevie Ray Vaughan if Stevie Ray Vaughan was
right, but he was in a lot of stuff back then.
Yeah, I've seen him before, and this guy too. But Davina says it's a 1972 Chevrolet Monte Carlo lowrider, and
I love Davina. She always has all the answers.
Yes, and it is quite a beauty. But this is where he really tries to stick to the rules. In cash, and they've got it's his mother's credit card or something. And he suspects them. Give fair play. He says, "What kind of cigarette is that?" That's his wife's card. That's it. Like he's got a wife. Yeah, he's looking it up. Yeah, but this is the funny bit. He calls the police, and then I can't remember what he says. They're not only sticking us for gas, but something else. But he gets the chain, and he attaches the chain to the tap at the church behind them.
Oh, right. Gosh, I heard.
And we'll take that money you got in your pocket. Yeah. So off they go. And they take the
church,
rip the church, and I think there's a wedding on. Oh, Henry's got to go. I think.
Oh, bye, Henry. Oh, bye, Henry.
See you, man. Looking for this guy's name.
Well, thanks for being here, Henry. Good to see you. It is a great film, the first Superman film. Yeah,
it's 11 p.m. in the UK. It's late night.
I'll tell you one movie you never need to watch the television edit of, and that's Smokey and the Bandit. It is totally a different movie with him saying scumbum instead of son of a bitch the whole show. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, there's some movies you can't see the TV version. It's just not the same.
I can't believe they actually tried to put that movie on television.
Well, there's some clips in this that they couldn't show on TV. There's at least 2 N-words, so that's But I can't make out the license plate number because you can't see the back of the vehicle. It's towing a church behind it. And this is where the kind of slapstick humor comes in.
Yeah,
which I kind of like.
Scumbum.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Scumbum. That's what they said. Because me and my brother were really excited to see it coming on television, and we're like, "Oh God!"
And this is when he gets excited.
Yes, his name's in print. Yes.
Millions of people read this book every day, and his address.
Hi, Snowed Up.
His address is 253 and 1/8 Elm Street.
Right.
But that sounds like Philly addresses.
It's just because he's staying in the garage, but this is, of course, his downfall.
Things are going to start happening to me now.
Because Emmett Walsh picks a name at random in the phone book, and it happens to be Navin R. Johnson.
There it is.
Die, Navin R. Johnson. Gas bastard. Typical run-of-the-mill bastard. What is a typical run-of-the-mill bastard?
Oh, my God. Too great. Here we go. Yes. This is the guy, right? He fixes his glasses.
His glasses keep falling off.
His glasses keep falling off.
And
yes.
He creates the optigrab and gives them back to the guy. Yes, sir, I damn thee. Damn those glasses.
Damn these glasses. Oh, man.
And he's still looking at him through the scope.
Yep.
It's such random. Like, he just picks his name in the phone book. Yeah, he creates the optigrab.
Yes.
Just like this. Right? It's got some merit to it because I remember when I wore glasses, they were always slipping down with the sweat.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. It's got merit, no doubt.
Bunch of people are joining. We got Snowdub here. How are you, buddy?
Big Daddy, what's up?
Good to see you. Penny is here. Good to see you, Penny. Yeah, Snowdub, you're welcome. You're welcome to join us, Snowdub.
Snowdub, I saw you playing the Tsushima 2 last night. Is that as good as the first one? Let me know in the chat, man. I want to know.
Oh, is the second game out?
No, they're not even working on one, as far as I'm aware.
No.
It said on the thing too, so maybe
There is no Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Okay.
If it was, I'd be playing it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, this is one of the most famous scenes in the movie.
He hates these cans. Stay away from the cans. Die, gas pumper. I gotta get away from those cans. There's cans in there too.
And he hides behind more cans.
Die, you bastard. He doesn't want to put holes in the cans. He wants to put holes in you. What?
He hates these cans. But if there's anything that sticks out in this movie, it's that line.
Okay, I knew you had 2 in the title somehow there. Okay, that's why I was confused. Got it.
2 what?
Oh, the Tsushima Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. But that's that can scene.
That is awesome, man.
These cans are defective. There's cans in there too.
All right, everywhere he goes. Well, I mean, you couldn't go anywhere in a garage and there not be a can, right?
Yeah. Cover me. And this is where he drives off with there's just
no rims or no tires on it, just
on the rims. And I don't think he ever comes back, does he? He's gone. And he ends up here. So that's the end of his job at the gas station. And he ends up at this circus.
Yep.
Still getting chased, of course, but the dog's still with him.
Yep.
Fiesta shows.
My dog has a bow tie just like him. I just noticed he was wearing a bow tie.
Uh-oh. Who is that? Who is that
Walter.
young lady?
Walter. He's all dressed up. Show them your bow
Is
tie.
it Walter PPK?
That would be
James,
Walter.
bow tie. He's like, I'm in a pink bow tie. I'm in there as well.
Oh, bless. You're
He's
spoiling
like,
him.
oh, now I don't want to be here. Now I don't want to be here. I was all calm. You had to show me. Hold on.
Mom, don't make me wear this outfit.
Right.
Mom, please. Please.
He's hungry. I'm going to feed him really quick.
So Frosty, my boss, told me there's a big future. It's Grandma. So he's writing the letters. It's Grandma still farting.
Yeah, right.
I suspect she is.
Imagine.
And he gets the gig as the guess your weight, which is possibly the least exciting thing on Midway.
I mean, just the worst. He's just a body filling apart there. Yep.
As Davina is saying, that car without the tires is the 75 Dodge Dart Swinger.
Wow.
The Swinger would be an appropriate car for Davina, I think.
Look out.
Look out.
Look out.
Snowed up. My computer's down, and no, it's not part 2. It's my second. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, it's good to see you in the chat, though, buddy. Our great friend, Snowdub. So guess your weight. I mean, so exciting. Now, what do I win? Bicentennial glasses. There's all sorts of shitty things.
Yeah, he's pointing out it's right here, right? This little section right here. You can pick something.
2 hula dolls and an ashtray. And we've all been to the fairs, the state fairs and stuff. And
oh yeah,
that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Very different look for him there, though.
Love it. Maniac.
Yeah.
the two small glasses.
Now,
Presenting the
here's,
amazing Patty Bernstein.
here's destiny. His destiny is about to approach.
Yes.
His special ride through the flaming wall of death. And yeah,
dude,
somebody actually did this stunt, of course. And
Of
he's
course.
excited.
It wasn't her. That's for
Wasn't
sure.
her, no. And then next morning, and now he's dressed. He's dressed like some kind of 1930s Dust Bowl
Newsboy. That's what he
boy
looked like.
eating a corn dog. Yeah, when she did, it does. She does remind me of Wendy O. Williams, Patty,
And the jacket.
with the jacket. Yeah,
Yeah, she's
Nice.
rocking it. No doubt about it.
Kind
Man.
of like, kind of touch of Jamie Lee Curtis without being quite
Yeah, I
as
was just
magnificent.
gonna say that.
Right.
I like his
Yeah.
hat. He's rocking the cool hat.
And she's basically picked him out of the crowd.
Yep.
You're next.
Yep.
What actress
on.
is that? She's
Her name is, and it's not an actress I was that familiar with
Oh, hang on.
before or after, but I've got
Got
it
it.
here. It is
Um,
Caitlin Adams.
Yeah, Caitlin Adams.
And as I said, she was in the Jazz Singer with Neil Diamond. She was his wife, and she was in the movie Freaky Friday.
that's where I recognize her from.
Yeah,
Freaky
a
Friday.
lot of the other stuff she's done has been stage stuff or kind of art house stuff. So this is probably the only
Underworld Awakening. Yeah, I've never seen that. Yeah, that's good.
You're not an Underworld fan, young lady?
I
And
never saw it.
this is-
Underworld.
I've seen the movie Awakenings.
No. This has to do
Underworld.
with vampires and werewolves, young lady.
The Underworld movies are great. I love
The
them.
Underworld movies are like it's like a Romeo and Juliet thing between a female vampire and a male werewolf, and it is awesome.
And it features the
Badass.
cream of the crop of many British actors like Bill Nighy and Martin
there's a lot of
Sheen.
British
Martin Sheen.
It was 2012. I was in the
Did I say
middle of
Martin
nowhere.
Sheen? That's not Martin Sheen.
Oh, that's the Awakenings. I think is the third one. The first one was. Hang on, I'll look it up.
just called Underworld.
Yeah, it was just Underworld.
Not
Yeah.
Martin Sheen. Who's that guy that was in? Who was the British actor that was in the Twilight movies? The real actor.
Oh.
Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen,
Yeah,
not Martin. Michael Sheen's in one of them. And,
Is Michael Sheen related to Martin Sheen?
no.
No, not at all.
So but anyway, she's going to guess his weight.
I feel like I'd be good at that.
The first
Oh,
Underworld
really?
came out in 2003.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
love
it's
the Elvis
20 years old
picture on
now.
the wall. Of course, she's got an Elvis picture. What's your special purpose? That's my special purpose.
Yeah.
The rocket in the van starts to.
Yes.
Now this
Today I found out what my special purpose is for.
is also
And that guy starts laughing his ass off.
So I had to clip this. I had to clip this clip. So.
My dear family, guess what? Today I found out what my special purpose is for. Gosh, what a great time I had. I wish the whole family could have been here with me. Maybe some other time, as I intend to do this a lot. Every chance I get.
I love the grandson.
I think next week I'll be able to send more money as I may have extra work. My friend Patty promised me a blowjob.
Even the grandma's
And my
laughing.
son, Nathan.
She's trying not to laugh.
Yes, good stuff.
That Patty must be a sweet girl.
That's got to be one of the funniest parts of the movie.
Oh my
It's-
God. Oh man.
Even the grandma's trying not to laugh at one point.
Right.
But the guy that's playing the grandson, he's in the know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Patty does her thing, and it's not exactly a romance. First, I get my name in the phone book, and then it's tattooed on your ass. And then he gets the job as the toy train.
Yeah.
Engineer
Conductor,
Fred.
yeah.
He's even got the right hat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then now the real love of his life enters with the psycho kid that she's babysitting.
Yep.
Who personally I would have just left to destroy himself.
Right.
Wilson Smith indicator gets him a 160 as if the kid gives a shit. And it's the only chase scene in the movie, I think.
Yeah, the chase scene. And I love the t-shirt the kid's wearing. It says bullshit.
It's bullshit.
I feel like that's something my brother would have been wearing in the 80s.
He ends up saving her, and then she reveals she's just babysitting. And immediately there's a spark. I can't remember what he replies to this.
She looks repulsed as the first trip. She's like, ugh. God, there's hats.
Yeah. I can't remember what she says to that kiss comment, but
I don't remember.
Oh, I know what she says. So yeah, they decide to go out, and she gives him her name, and she asks his name. He says, "Oh, we'll save that tomorrow. It'll make the date more interesting."
Smooth operator.
Smooth operator. What's your area? What's your name? It'll give us something interesting to talk about. And Patty's not dumb. She knows something's going on.
Right.
You're cheating on me. Come on.
Yeah.
Navin, or whatever his name is, Navin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, she just basically just dragged him in there and basically almost graped his ass, you know.
Oh,
Well,
actually,
she's the type that knows what she wants, and she's got to take it.
There it is. Yep.
I just realized I did miss a.
What are those?
Step outside for a second, darling. Navin, this is my wife, Lenore. Lenore, this is Navin.
Pleased to meet you.
Navin, do you know why a woman of such pulchritude is married to a man like me? Because I make a very comfortable living. Now, this is the first time I'm leaving you alone on a Sunday. If anything should happen to this station, this woman would leave me like a... In other words, there would be no more, Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. No more.
So remember, guard this station with your life, because my sex life is in your hands.
Yeah, I forgot to play that earlier. Sorry. I love that he uses the word pulchritude, which is not the word that people use a lot.
Right.
Anyway, back to Patty, who's not impressed with latest developments.
No.
And decides to beat the shit out of him.
Yep.
Well, this is when he's got the flowers, and she rips the head off the flowers. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you told me. And this is me not angry. She says, this is me not being angry. Yeah. And then...
This guy's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I think we should get out of here before she hears me. Who's she? Oh, I always call a gang she. You can call a girl she. And this is his place now. He's living in this truck.
Yeah.
And this is the 1 cup pizza.
Cup of pizza.
Old cup of pizza. Yeah. Somebody in the chat was asking about that. Yeah. This is the best pizza in a cup ever. It's a shame Nick isn't here.
Right.
Best pizza in a cup ever. Yeah.
Yeah, Bernadette Peters was cute, man.
Oh, she's absolutely cute.
I hated her hair though. I hate those. I hate the poodle cut. I hate it.
Very poodle, yeah. He's chesting out her fluid, her faces.
Yeah.
It just snaps back
like that.
I'm a cosmetologist.
Mine doesn't snap back like that.
What is he? I can't remember what he says in response to that, but it's something to do with space. But it's cosmetologist,
right?
And then she says, "I do have a boyfriend, but I haven't made love to him yet." Well, then there's the whole. Well, could you think of me next time you do? And then think she says something about, well, maybe you could make love to him and think about me.
Oh, I'm available.
It's very absurd.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. She tattooed my name on her ass along with all the other ones. How do you know that? She says, yeah.
How much would you have to be paid to get a name tattooed on your ass, Brian?
I'm gonna drive this thing up her butt.
Well, I am pretty cheap, so something in the low hundreds of thousands of dollars would work.
Okay.
Right.
What about you, Joe?
Me? Never.
Yeah,
I will never get a name put on me ever. Never.
Even if you're
I've got
married?
one tattoo, and I hate the fact I even got that one. So.
I'm not a
Well,
tattoo
it's because
person.
you only have one, so one's kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, my wife is an ink addict.
She's I'm being a jerk. I'm watching my camera.
She's got
burn
all
on.
kinds of ink, man. She's always thinking about getting new tattoos, but me, no.
can't
I
get
got
more.
one.
My
And I'll
scum bum
never
has
get
no
another one.
tattoos on it. Hang on.
I'm not wearing any pants. Film at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, no tattoos for me. I'm not a tattoo person. However, everyone has their
More
price.
rare nowadays to not have tattoos. I actually think there's more to be said about that.
And how many have you
It's
got,
more-
my dear?
Well, I have like pieces more so. Like I've got my whole thigh done. That's 3 tattoos if you count how many sittings.
Mhm.
Probably like if you count how many times I've been tattooed, probably 12 maybe.
Was there a particular reason you chose that thigh? Because you had a choice.
Because my right thigh, I thought wouldn't hurt as much as my left because I'm righty.
I wondered on the process. What was the process? Yeah. So this is when Marie punches Patty out, which is unexpected. And
First
then
up, would do it for 500 because nobody sees his butt.
the only acceptable name for a man to have tattooed on him is mother. Yeah, but whose mother?
Not your butt.
Whose mother, though? Okay, this is we played it early. I love this scene with the song, and it's so cute. And of course, they can both actually sing and play, so it's neat.
Yep.
They harmonize well. She looks pretty good in that outfit.
Didn't they do a bunch of music in Pennies from Heaven?
They did, yes.
I think
yes.
that had a soundtrack with them singing on it and everything.
Well, that was one of the points of it. Yeah, it was a musical. Really. But yeah, I love this. It's actually so cute. And then she finds her trumpet lying around.
Right?
She blows the horn.
Yes.
And then there's the weird kissing scene where she resists him.
Yeah.
Which I still to this day don't get.
I don't get it either. That's very weird.
So there's a comedian, speaking of tattoos, there's a comedian that I've met a few times. He's a really funny guy called Rich Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to do a lot of stuff at the Edinburgh Festival when I lived back there. He was an American guy, but he played a guy who was like a Southern guy who'd been in jail multiple times. I can't remember the name of the character, but he had Brenda tattooed on his arm. He said, "I've married 8 women. They were all called Brenda. It was easier than getting the tattoo changed."
I have a friend who actually got the tattoo removal taken out of his ex-wife's name and got never again tattooed there.
Oh, wow.
In there.
That's cold.
I wish I could
She was
remember
cold.
Rich.
She kind of deserved it. But yeah.
So anyway, they had this most satisfying not sex.
Right.
And they share their dreams. And then this bit is also weird where he said, we've been together for 4.5 weeks, but to me it seems like 9 weeks and 5 days.
5
And he goes
days,
on
right?
like for 10 minutes about how this day seemed like 2 days and whatever. This is very Steve Martin. Like, where's this going, you know?
That's how his mind works, man. He just
Yeah.
gets stuck on stupid on an idea and just goes. Yep.
He just keeps going with it. It doesn't going anywhere, but he keeps going.
Some guys are really good at beating a dead horse and making
Yes.
you laugh. Yep.
You know what flogging a dead horse is.
Look
It's,
at her. She's pretending to be asleep. She's
Right.
shut up.
So if you're sadist who's into necrophilia and bestiality, then you're flogging a dead horse.
Right.
It is a sweet scene, the whole banjo and trumpet.
Wasn't expecting that.
I think have we passed the bit where he licks her? At some point,
I don't remember, man.
He licks her.
Oh, God, he does. I mean, full on, right up the cheek, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, this always struck me as a bit weird because they just got together and then she's leaving him.
Yep.
Because apparently she's worried about financial stability.
Equally, she kind of still looks dead there.
Yeah.
God, he's such a pasty white dude. Good
He
Lord.
is. She's still got the trumpet though.
Yep.
Yeah, so off she goes. The extra bits there was
Yeah, he's on cloud 9 and she's out the door. Yeah. It's
picking out the thermos for you.
for you. Yeah, the thermos song. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Because they really threw this in as, I think, just as a plot device because like she's worried about financial stability. She's just got together with him and he has a job.
Right.
Unless he's been thrown out of the circus. I don't know.
That scene breaks my heart.
And she can't read Dear Navin, and all he can read is to tell.
He tries to read it. He's like,
That's all I can read.
Wow. Dude,
It's
come
so
on.
funny. I mean, that's the kind of thing that Steve Martin writes. It's just, who would think of that, you know?
Yeah. He's crazy.
And then he's out there using the
Yeah, he's using shithead to cover himself up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, man.
And then at this point, he's the dog. I love this whole section. So he's trying to tell the dog, "Oh, you should leave me. Things are bad." And the dog says, "Great, I'm off."
Right, gone.
And then it ends up dragging him along on the leash.
Right? Doesn't he drag him? He doesn't want to go with him. Yeah.
The dog's like, "I'm not fit. I'm not fit."
That's what my dog would do. I feel like sometimes he'd be like, "Okay, peace out."
That's right. It's to end up dragging him.
Yeah.
A faithful dog leading the way.
Faithful dog leading the way. He's dragging that fucking dog.
And somehow he's still got money because he's writing back. He's rented his first apartment.
Yeah.
Bless his heart.
Oh, God.
He's quit the circus. And then he spots Emmett Walsh again. So naturally, he craps himself.
All right.
Shithead, he's calling him again.
Get off,
Shit, I love that name.
Shithead, yeah. This is great when he uses the mattress.
Yep.
To get over the fence. And he could have just opened it, you know.
Right?
They always do that in movies. Well, have you tried opening it? You know. Hey, Pepper Cotton's here.
They do that in the beginning of Bridesmaids. The girl's like trying to get away from this guy she just had sex with. And she's like climbing over the gate.
Yeah.
And as she's like straddled on top of this huge gate, it just starts to open.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
she just, like, goes over it. And she's just like stuck on it. All she wants to do is get away from this guy. It's so funny.
Oh, man.
That scene breaks my heart. It's heartbreaking. But yeah, good stuff is here. Big Dave K and Papa Cotton are all here. Good to see you all, guys. Thanks
All
for
good
being here.
people. All my favorite boys.
Lovely people. And this is he thinks he's
fixing to shoot him, right? Yeah.
He gives him a letter. He has to sign for it.
Why not?
We're
bad
gonna
marriage.
kill me.
They
Well,
gave
I
up smoking.
just gave up smoking. That's okay then. All is forgiven for shooting at me with a high-powered sniper rifle.
This is where he finds out he's rich, right?
Yeah. So the letter is from the guy the Optigrab guy.
Yeah.
And he goes and visits him. And the Optigrab is a thing.
Yes. The Optigrab. Remember the gas station?
Yeah.
Don't remember me? Look at this. It's all over the walls, man.
Yeah, and they're going to go 50-50. Opti from the eye and grab. They're going to go 50-50. Just like we said. And he gives them a check for 250 big ones. And he's all cocky. $250 Rinos.
Right.
And the guy's like, yeah. And he looks at it and goes, shit.
And he's got the Optigrab on.
He's got it onto $250,000. You want it in cash? Yeah, I have my temporary driver's license. And it was his astronaut application form or something.
Right.
I failed everything but
the date of birth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's his ID, a temporary driver's license in a form that he filled in.
And this guy is just, he's seen the number and he's like, okay, I'm about to set this guy up and get a big commission, right?
$250,000. And this is when, dear Harry, guess what? He sent him a Chinatown postcard. Wasn't he? I bet you never thought you'd get into this car. Now, what is this car, Davina?
It looks like a DeLorean or something.
No. That's
I just love the hat, though.
Camaro, I think. I think that's a Camaro.
But he's got the Austrian gear on now.
Right.
Like, with the hat, the feathers going right out of the window. Is it a Camaro? Yeah, somebody sent a Camaro, yeah.
I think it's a Camaro.
He promised me a postcard and he sent a postcard, but he's got this weird Austrian style get up. It's just hilarious.
He thinks it's like the latest runway look, probably.
Yeah, this is his idea of high fashion. That's right. Yeah. And somebody says garish color. Look at the colors on that car, yellow and brown.
They're
If there's
very
two-
70s colors. They're like Brady Bunch colors.
Yeah, it looks like the old Wolverine costume.
Right? That's
Yeah.
about to say the same damn thing, buddy.
So he's getting the artwork and
it's a
I love-
Pontiac. It
You see
says,
so-
it says here it's a Pontiac.
There's a Pontiac. Okay.
Mhm.
Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Okay. 79. So it was an up-to-date vehicle. 79.
I was a year old.
Okay. Oh, that was Marie's mother phoning him to say, I know where she is and she wants money. So he gives the officer $75 and she takes it to say where Marie is. And here she is doing her cosmetology. He slips this guy some cash to sit in the seat. And then this is funny. She peels it off. This is the guy that was there. It's the wife.
Yeah.
And he peels it. She goes, "Geez, this shit really worked." Actually changed. And then of course
starts
he's
beating
kissing-
her for kissing her
for kissing
man,
him,
right?
yeah.
Oh, too funny.
And then this is hilarious. She's with him now. She wants to be with him now because he's got money, which is quite funny, of course.
Yep.
A guy in the apartment could marry them immediately. It was a religious wedding.
He's a voodoo priest. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, religious wedding, and they're all banging away on the drums.
You caught that scene. It's like, that's really funny.
And then they get a butler and the butler's wife, and they're in the apartment, and the guy's opening the check. So you really could find a bigger place for us as we're living here with you. Could buy a larger house. I love the outfits that she wears in this.
Yeah.
Years. She is cute. And so they get a bigger house. And then he makes all this shit up. Remember how he used to wish for a living room in a dining room with original oil paintings? He never wished for any of that. I love this painting. It's like the guy's got an aqua. He's got a He's a diver, and then this is like
it's too much, man.
How garish is that?
They come up with
And you got all of this for $250,000. That room is what's up.
Well, he ends up
I
with
want
10.
that room.
Well, he does end up with 10 million.
Yeah,
which is
that was
significant.
just the first check he got. Yeah,
He's got the TV in the circular thing. You know, that's a staple of 70s.
that
stuff.
room is completely 70s right there.
An
yes.
office with orange and white. This is very Graceland.
Yes.
This is very Graceland. And then he wanted a disco room with my own disco dancers. S-shaped hedges and 3 swimming pools. This is actually a famous mansion, I believe.
Really?
I had a note of it, but I can't remember. It's a famous mansion in Hollywood. Oh, yeah. It's the infamous Sheikh Al Fassi mansion on Sunset Boulevard.
Really?
And it's the first time it appeared in a major motion picture, but then it was in several others afterwards. It was chosen because it's a very large and spacious rooms meant that any filming done in one part of the dwelling allowed great shots of adjoining areas. And it did have its own basement disco where the dance scene was filmed. It is no longer exists. The 38-room mansion no longer exists. It was torched by an arsonist in 1980 and the building was demolished.
Wow.
The site is now a vacant lot. See,
that big ass area is a vacant lot.
Yeah, I would have been happy with just one of those swimming pools. I don't ask for much.
But you couldn't afford to maintain that swimming pool, bro.
It looks a lot like Rod Stewart's house. They had like a crib.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
Did you ever see that with like the multiple pools and stuff?
Yeah, and they've got all that statuary and stuff. So the butler is quite funny. His wife was caught stealing, and then she got the traditional. The law was harsh at the time.
The laws was harsh.
He's looking out the window at her getting shot by the police. Sorry about your wife, Hobart. And he goes like, well, you know, it is what it is. She paid the price. And your wife has given you another gold chain.
Oh, man.
You got the bet. Oh, this is what he goes. This is his idea of sophistication, of course.
Right. The fucking umbrella in the drink. Yeah.
The umbrella. You need the umbrella. His first mistake was not getting a trusted accountant. He should have got Mikey. Should have got Mexican Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
I call him Mim.
Yeah, Mim. That man who's not a YouTuber.
No, he's not.
No, he's definitely not.
Stop the traffic by having the classical nude statues painted in anatomically correct colours. Yeah. Right. There's some charity people. This is another funny bit. They cut a lot of stuff out of this, but they do let one charity guy in. And they he says, there are a lot of people more deserving than me. No, these people want you to give something. This is funny. Father Carlos, Las Vegas to Cordoba. Talk about a stereotype, you know?
Yep.
And then he shows them the movie of the disgusting practices. Well, one can you switch the lights on? One can't mourn forever, you know. He's over his wife already. And then he shows them the video of the Mexican cat juggling.
Cat juggling, that's it. Yes. Yes, they're all laying down money, betting. It's too great.
I just lost my... Oh, it was so funny. Cat
Steve
juggling.
is nuts, man.
Look at his face. Stop it. How could there be a god that would let this happen? And then it gets into the whole mafia thing. The mafia are asking him to make investments. And this is where the naughty words, the N-word comes in a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's also my favorite scene in the entire movie. We're going to appeal to you. So they're giving it all, you know, we don't want
the people.
We don't want any vegetables, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they use the N-word. And then he says, but I'm one of those.
Right. And then he throws off the robe and starts whipping ass. Yeah.
So we have that clip.
Yes.
Believe it or not. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Don't be so hard on yourself. How could you know that was Iron Balls McGinty?
My favorite scene, literally, Iron Balls McGinty. I reference that character all the time, but not everybody gets it. But
Iron Balls McGinty.
Played by one of the writers, Carl Gottlieb, Iron Balls McGinty. And he actually, later on, he's writing a check to him as one of the class action lawsuit guys. $1.09, Iron Balls McGinty.
Davina, that song's going to be in my head now.
Yeah.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
And this is I love this, the Chateau Latour, but don't give us that 1966 stuff. Let's have this year's. I want the fresh one. And I notice in the mansion they've got big water coolers full of Chateau Latour.
Right.
Yeah. And the snails. This is with the snails. Don't look down. There's snails all over our food. Look at the gold chains on them. I want the cheese sandwich appetizers. 2 boobs. Indeed they are. Very nice ones too. Okay. So driving about in the estate, you look at the clothing. She's got a bullfighter. Things are going a little bit haywire with the
Look at his outfit.
Yeah, she's got a bullfighter. No, I don't think so. It's just plaid. Just a lot of plaid.
They don't
And,
like
and he's teaching her something. Oh, knife throwing.
Knife throwing. That's it. Yeah.
Hi, Roman of the Empire.
Hey, Roman. Hello, sir. Good to see you, mate.
Ahoy, man.
And she just misses his special purpose here.
Right.
Yeah. You worry too much. And there it is, Chateau Lafitte Rothschild in a big water cooler.
You know you're rich. You got that shit, right?
Crystal wine glasses in the dispenser. So they head to the disco, and again, he shows that he can't dance. She's a pretty good mover, but he can't dance.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then the blow.
Yes. Then we see on the television. Yes.
10 million units. And then we had planned to show you more, but sensational development, class action lawsuit
against Mr. Johnson.
And here's Carl Reiner, the director. I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Your eyes are constantly drawn to it.
And this is great because he's taking the piss out of directors as if they're important. It has caused irreparable harm to my career. Kept me from yelling cut at the proper time. As we shall see.
Let me show you a clip from my latest film where my faulty depth perception kept me from yelling cut at the proper time. Cut! If I had yelled cut on time, those actors would be alive today.
Yeah, I love that. I just absolutely love that.
In real life.
Great. Carl sells the shit out of it too, man. It's great.
As if cut would make any difference to directors are so important though. Hang on a second. Roman, I've just sent you the link, buddy. If you want to just pop in for the end of the show. We're nearly at the end, but just if you felt like popping in.
Oh, Davina, that was a Roadster, a Jaguar? I didn't even pay attention.
I don't know what that was, yeah, but Jaguar. These actors would be alive today. Was Alec Baldwin involved in that movie?
Right? Look out.
Ouch.
Yeah, so everyone is off like a rat out of an aqueduct.
I mean, boom, they're gone.
Yeah. I don't care about losing all the money. I don't want to lose the stuff. That's what she says. She's pretty dumb too, really.
Yeah, she's right there with him,
This is
right?
America. This is America. She says, this is America. I trust in the judges and juries in the system. And because every one of them's like this. Every single one of them's got
God, this is too good.
Even the judge had it as
Even
well.
the judge was cross-eyed, wasn't it?
He's got to write every one of them a check for $1.09. And then one of them's Iron Balls McGinty. Yeah.
Oh my God.
There it is. And that's his name, Iron Balls McGinty. And then she's got her old dress on because it's time. It's all over. And she says, I was listening to the song that reminded me of The Way We Were. What was it? The Way We Were.
The Way We Were.
I'm going to buy you a diamond so big you're going to puke.
Yep.
Yeah. Never mind, Roman. We'll see you next time, buddy. And then they're splitting up. So
yeah,
and you don't need any of it. She's got a trumpet though.
I don't need any of this except.
Except
Here we go.
And this is where he goes. Except
Here we go. The chair.
This ashtray. And
The
this
ashtray.
chair, and this paddle.
The paddle game. Yeah. That's all I need.
And the remote
Chair.
control. And the
remote control.
I don't need anything. In this magazine. In the chair.
This magazine. In the chair.
Yeah. And then the dog, of course, is like, F you.
Right.
He's done with them.
Okay,
Come here. And the dog growls and goes around.
Maniac.
Couldn't even bother to pull his trousers up. And they let him on the bus like this. It is California,
Yes.
I guess. Yeah.
My God, yeah.
And then he swaps some stuff for the thermos.
Yeah, he's got the thermos. It's good to go.
But I never thought it would happen to me. And then, of course,
Navin R. Johnson, huh?
the twist in the tail.
Yes.
The family show up because they've been sending him money. He's been sending them money. They've invested it. And they show up in the big station wagon and with Marie, I think. And then this doesn't take them long to realize he stinks, of course.
Of course.
Like, what
Yeah.
the hell? Yeah. Open the window. Yeah, so they're all nicely dressed to get the car. The thermos.
Yes.
Whoa, God, you stink.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh my God.
Put him in the back, right?
All the windows.
Get off the window.
And they go back. He goes back to the family on the porch of the old house, except they built them a bigger one. So it's slightly bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger. It looks just like the other one, but it's bigger.
Yeah, it's funny
too
because
funny.
I always remembered that they pulled back from this and there was a huge mansion in the background. That isn't there. That's like a Mandela effect thing. It's not there. But this time he's dancing is better but not great.
No.
But it's a happy ending
Yes.
to what is a wonderful, wonderful, funny film.
Is that the happy ending look?
Yeah, that's the happy ending, Luke. Steve Martin in The Jerk. Love that movie.
Bernadette Peters goes home with him too.
She
That's
does.
pretty funny.
Because the family have got money again.
Yeah. And that's all she cares about, money.
That seems to be what she cares about. So, yeah, that is a great movie. I hope we've done it justice. And I'm sorry, but the slides got a bit messed up. I had to do them manually there. So some were faster and some were slower. But we had a lot of nice clips, which was good.
Yeah, that was awesome.
A great film. Steve
Right
Martin.
now, I need to watch that movie again, and that reminded me that I really need to now. Like,
I think
The scene I'll never forget is the damn gas station. The
I know.
defective cans, man. Good Lord. Too
We'll,
much.
we'll,
dude.
we'll have to play it just one more time.
He hates these cans! Stay away from the cans! Die, gas pumper! I gotta get away from those cans! There's cans in there too! Run, run! More cans! Die, you bastard! Ah, he doesn't want to put holes in the cans, he wants to put holes in you! What?
Yeah, it's totally great. It's just the way he says it. He hates these guys.
It's almost ended at the right moment. That would have been horrible.
Cans in here too.
I saw this movie in the cinemas when it came out, and I adored it. And I think, as we were saying earlier, I think it's kind of overlooked now because Steve Martin had so many other movies after it, and great movies.
Oh, yeah.
But to me, he got off on a high mark. Like,
Yeah. He started. He knocked it out of the park with his very first film that he starred in. Yeah, he really
How
did.
How many years later was Roseanne?
Roxanne.
Roxanne.
Roxanne. Yeah,
I think Roxanne was at least 10 years later. Maybe it was like 80s.
Wow.
80s, late 80s, because he did quite a few in between.
Well, I knew that, and then he had the Parenthood movies. I like Parenthood actually. I thought they were
Roxanne was 1987. He did it 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years later. So
8 years later. Mhm.
you couldn't.
My
And
dad asked me to see that in the theater, and I remember thinking it was boring when I was younger.
It's a funny movie, Roxanne.
And
It's
I
more
remember I was-
sophisticated.
The next year after
I was-
Roxanne's when he did Dirty Rotten Scoundrels with
Oh God, I love. We'll do that movie one day because
oh my God.
it's such a great
Who's the
pairing.
girl in that one? I always forget who the girl is.
Oh, she's great.
She's
That
gorgeous.
poor, I think she died quite young. That actress.
Yeah.
Let
me see.
Davina will tell us the
Close.
name of the actress. Lady Hen. I want to say Lady Headley. Not Lena
I
Headley.
thought you were going between lady and gentleman. You were like, I want
But
to
yeah,
see.
Roxanne's a more sophisticated movie, but he did some really funny stuff in between. Wasn't Daryl Hannah in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels?
I just think of her as Splash.
Hang on.
Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
getting
Yeah,
there.
look it up if you could look
I'm
it up.
getting there. I got it. Hang on. I'll tell you who it
Lena,
was.
I want to say Lena Headley, but that's Game of Thrones.
Glenn Headley.
Glenn Headley.
Yeah.
She was wonderful, and I think she passed away quite young,
And Three
unfortunately.
Amigos. That's right. That one's really
She's
funny.
gorgeous.
So, but he launched such a great series of movies on this, and it made so much money, which was great, you know. So, deserved every cent of it as well. Well played.
Now let me get this straight. It cost $4 million to make
And it made $100
and
million
made
worldwide.
$100 million.
Not
in 1979.
Wow, in 1979, which I don't know what the
So call it 500 million now. 20 million, 500 million, whatever, I don't know. And that doesn't count video rentals and sales. That's just box office. And it was a big hit in the UK. I remember a lot of people went to see it to see who this Steve Martin guy was, you know. Funny movie. Love it. Deserves more attention. I'm glad everyone was here today to watch it and watch this stream. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, All of Me is a great movie too.
It made
I remember
in
that.
today's dollars,
Yeah.
it made $453 million.
Yeah, in
It
today's
made almost
money.
$500,000 in today's money.
And it's great because it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's like 90
No.
minutes, you know. All of Me is funny. We were talking about this joke as the man with two brains. You would think All of Me should have been called The Man with Two Brains.
Right.
But it wasn't. That's a completely different movie. I always got the titles mixed up. All of Me, he's got her in his head. But
yeah,
it's not The Man with Two Brains where he has two brains.
All of Me is a good movie, though. It's a more commercial
fun
movie than The Man with Two Brains. The
Oh,
Man
yeah.
with Two Brains is just off the chain craziness. Yeah.
Do you guys remember what Steve Martin movie is it where he's walking down the sidewalk in the beginning of the movie and he's like talking to himself? Isn't that him? Is that not Steve Martin movie where he's like cursing and he's like, you know, talking to himself going down the. Is that The Jerk 2 or something?
Well, The Jerk 2, he wasn't really involved other than executive producer, and I don't think I've even seen that movie.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different comedian. I very well could be. Sorry.
No, I mean, somebody might know. I'm trying LA Story. Somebody's suggesting LA Story. I don't remember the opening of LA Story. I just remember the sign. He's always talking to the sign. It's giving
Yeah.
him,
Sign's always giving him info. Yeah.
and it's got all the neurotic Hollywood shit that
Right.
he made a lot of fun of that stuff.
Yeah, he did.
He's a smart guy. He never failed to mock his own profession. Of course, that was only one strand of his profession, because he's a writer, a playwright, a musician. He didn't have to rely on Hollywood for anything,
No.
per se. But
I remember I bought his first book, The Cruel Shoes, when it came out. That was it had
Yeah.
some funny shit in it. It really did.
yeah, I've seen a number of his plays performed by other groups doing his plays, and they're pretty sharp. Some satirical sharp stuff in there. Yeah. So
yeah, he's a very talented dude.
Yeah. But D-Bud's got to run. D-Bud, thank you very much for all your modding again, my friend. It's so good to have you here. I very much appreciate it. Love you, brother. Thank you. Have a great night. But we are going to wrap up. I love this movie. I'll watch this movie anytime. I think it deserves more love. And we've given it that today, and so has everyone in the chat.
I think
Thank
it's The
you.
Man with Two Brains.
And so my friends here with me on the panel have also given it the love it deserves. This is what the Cult Comedy Crew series we do is all about, taking some of these things that people might not have seen, a little bit heard of, or have forgotten about, and just giving them some love.
Yep.
And I'm sure we'll do many more, I hope. So let's go round the horn, as the actress said to the bishop. And actually, that was a show on British radio back in the 50s, Around the Horn. I think I'm right in saying
It's a
that
show
John,
on ESPN
I think I'm
right
right in
now.
saying John Pertwee was maybe in it. It became Doctor Who many years later. Anyway, Joe, my friend, what is going on with you?
Not much, man. You can check out my schedule right there on the page. Just go check it out. Joe's Atmosphere with an F instead of a PH on YouTube. I've always got my current streaming lineup there. The next time I'll be on is tomorrow night at 10 p.m. I'm playing Madden tomorrow night and having a couple of cocktails and some laughs. So, yeah.
Joe, yeah, everybody check Joe out. I think the links have been getting stuck in the chat as we've gone on.
Yeah, E-Bud's
and
been throwing it up there like crazy.
Joe's heading past 400, heading for 500. And Joe, you do such great content. You're doing sports, you're doing gaming, you're doing a lot of different stuff. You're doing pop culture.
Which is stuff I love. It's stuff I love.
I think, and then you do the sketching stuff, which I love too. But E-Clay, $5 from E-Clay Thomason, great supporter of the show. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. You do realize that means I have to play you a video because I love playing these video clips. Maybe this will be a short one.
Infamy! Infamy! They've all got it in for me!
Carry on. Kenneth Williams, the great Kenneth Williams. Carry on, Leo. I think that one was. Thanks, E-Clay. Appreciate it, buddy. Just keep the lights on here. This is one of my few sources of income these days, as I haven't been able to work much. And Courtney, my love, what have you?
Me.
You.
Yes.
It's you.
It's just me. It's Courtney. I have just the normal stuff coming up on other people's channels. So Sunday nights, you can catch me on Sunday Night Geekery on Mark D with the C's channel at 10.
Was that last night?
You were. I know. I was so excited. That was fun. We talked about vinyl
Good
and
fun, yeah.
music stuff. And then don't mind me. I've had the cold that everyone has. And then next Monday, I don't know if we're doing anything, but I'm always here on the show with Brian.
Which I appreciate very much. Thank you.
And I'm still pushing for Ab Fab, an episode.
Oh, it'll happen.
Oh, wow.
It'll happen.
And some other music coming up.
I'm trying to do a British thing, an American thing, a Canadian thing, a British thing, American thing, a Canadian thing. So.
We're Kids in the Hall, Canadian.
Kids in the Hall were Canadian. Red Green Show, Corner Gas, Paul Chato's career may be covered at some point.
Oh man,
Frantics.
My favorite thing they did was Boot to the Head. My God, that is one of the most hilarious things I've ever heard.
Hoping I can get
I'm
Paul
still
to
trying
join
to
us.
find any Canadian that can find me the first Teenage Head album. It's self-titled. It has the Got No Sense on it.
I will get you a copy of that because I see
I
that
got it
all
for
the time.
$1 one time, and nobody could believe I got it for $1. I found it
It's
in
in every used vinyl store here. I'll get you a copy.
Yeah, thank you.
But
Other than
thank you
that,
for being
I'm
here.
still trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing going forward with my channel. I've got over 500 subs, so I need to just think of a new idea for a show now that Late Night Drawings is.
Just do what you love, darling. Just do that.
Music. Usually I end up I've been doing chill streams and we end up talking about music. So, but I want to do something a little more. Just not there right now.
Well, I hope you figure it out, lass, and I'll be there.
Thank you. Thanks.
And our great friend Imperitus, a man that we know loves comedy and loves to laugh.
Oh, I do actually. So
I
you're not
know,
really
I'm
wrong
just
there.
kidding, buddy. What are you up to?
A couple things. Tomorrow you can catch me on Brahma Bull's channel with that crew playing Party Animals. If you haven't seen us play it, come check it out because it's just
funny.
a lot of
It is
stupid
funny.
fun.
Yes.
And a lot of shit talking, which is
Is it a game
insane.
show or a video game?
Video
It's a
game.
video game, and they have a ball playing it. It is fantastic.
Yeah, it's myself, Brahma Bull, Lil Chad, if he's still in chat, Slender Dad, guy from New Zealand named Smokey, and Horror Amarada, and it's just the stupidest amount of fun you can have in a game.
I'll watch Brahma Bull for anything because he was on my Late Night John show. So
And then
it is a lot of fun. Yeah,
it is. We have a lot of fun with it. Other than that, I'm still trying to figuring out some scheduling issues I have. As far as my channel goes, work's been more chaotic than normal lately.
Well, I hope it clears up for you soon then, mate, and you get a bit more
Not clearing up until May.
Yeah, but see a doctor. That'll clear it up. That's good advice that was given in that movie.
Yes, it was. Brother wired him tight with that one. Yep.
Yeah. So Davina has indeed Round the Horn, BBC radio comedy show starring Kenneth Horne, and I'm sure John Pertwee might have been in it too. But, before my time, even though. As for me, I will be on Comics Division, Dick's Division later for Monday Night Meltdown. Should be on Toxic Tuesday tomorrow night, Nick's channel. I do have a lot of stuff to do during the day, running around in the city. So that
Are you going to be on Christian's show on Wednesday?
No,
No.
Can't make it on Wednesday, and I'm not a big Triumph fan anyway. But
Really?
Christian Delorme's Vinyl Revival. Go watch Christian on Wednesday. He's talking about the band Triumph.
I'll be there because I'm a huge fan.
Christian's a great guy, and it's
I
fun.
only know
Just
motorcycles, so I don't know.
Yeah. It's fun just to sit and talk about music, and he does a great job of that.
Yep.
Kenneth Williams, Bill Pertwee, and I'm just reading the Davina's thing.
What movie are you doing tomorrow night for Toxic Tuesday?
Hang on, I'll see. Because it'll be in the guild.
He told me, and I've forgotten. And I'll watch it tomorrow if I get the chance. As I say, I've got to go into the city for some
Keep going, and I will.
business.
Because he keeps telling me if it's something that I like, a movie that I love, that I'm welcome to join one time. And I've been waiting for a movie that's appropriate for me.
I can't remember. It'll come back to me, but I can't remember. Joe will figure it out.
I'll find it. Hang on.
So nothing for me Wednesday. Thursday night throwdown. I hopefully will be on Midnight's Edge After Dark at some point this week. Poor Tom, he's had my absence to deal with a lot recently. Saturday night, Bourbon and Boarding with Brahma. And our hockey show, which Courtney, you must join.
I know, and I've been so out of the. I was so out of the loop with hockey.
Well,
lately.
it doesn't matter. Just come on and chat.
I know, just come on to talk about it. I would love to. I'd love to.
Well, so Saturday night you can do that.
Shows, there it is.
And then other stuff. Next Monday, I'm not sure what we're doing in here. I got a couple of ideas, but there will be something. But I'd like to thank again everyone for being in the chat, for your continued support of this show and what we do. I hope you're having fun. We certainly have fun. I appreciate you very much, like the Koreans do. Appreciate you very much. I heart you.
Jack, you should check out the show on Saturdays.
He hasn't put it up yet.
No, I just wish I could. I mean, I'll check it. Just give me.
It was Flash Gordon last week, right? So
yeah, it was. Toxic Tuesday, bachelor party.
Oh my God!
It's going to be bachelor party.
Probably my favorite Tom Cruise movie ever, and
I don't
because of Tom Cruise, or
like
not
that
Tom
movie.
Cruise, but Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Hanks.
It'll be
Duh.
bachelor
And
party.
Tom Cruise too.
So E Clay is right. The hockey show could use more eye candy, Courtney. So please do us a favor.
Okay.
Bring the glamour.
I'll put on my pads and everything, and I'll come out ready to fight.
So thanks again to everybody. I appreciate everything that you all do, both in the panel and the chat. Thanks to people who've been modding in the chat. Thanks to all the
You
super
do all the work
chatters.
to make us look good. I've said that before.
I love you all.
Thank you.
And I mean that from the heart of my bottom.
I love you too.
No, I do. I can't believe you guys spend this time every week being here with me. That means a lot to me. You've made a happy man very old. So thank you. I will see you all next week. Till then, have a great night. Have a great week. And keep on rocking, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.